Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone live on this Sunday night. How are you all doing? Rumored Doctor Who movie. Yes, rumored Doctor Who movie. There's rumblings about a Doctor Who movie. I have an article to read out. And also, last night, official, apparently, they've officially wrapped up for Series 12 of Doctor Who, but yet a couple of hours later, apparently where the TARDIS was based at some event, the event that's going on actually, and people were told the TARDIS and Jodie Whittaker's costume had to be taken away because they were still filming. So again, mixed signals from the BBC. What's going on? So plenty to talk about tonight. I just want to give out a shout out to two people who are actually a little bit under the weather at the moment. Not my Doctor Who Neil is under the weather at the moment, but um, he's gonna come on still. So thank you very much for that. And also Daniel, you'll notice Daniel isn't in the live chat either. Daniel has come down ill at the moment. I was supposed to do an interview with him on Tuesday as well, and it looks like he's cancelled that as well. So I just want to wish the both of you the best and hope you get well soon. Um, so yeah, I mean, look, plenty to talk about. Ted is getting excited now. He sees that I'm on now. He wasn't paying any attention to me at all, and now all of a sudden he's paying all the attention. Come here to me, buddy. Okay, okay. You want to say hello to everybody. There you go. There's your moment in the sun. There. Say hello to everybody. Hello. Oh, by the way, Cheryl has uploaded a new video on Teddy's channel. And if anybody hasn't subscribed to Teddy's channel, Cheryl will leave uh, the link to the channel in the live chat, won't you? Won't you? Yeah. Say hello. Hello. There he is. There he is. You got a bit afraid earlier on, didn't you? The old fireworks. Yeah, he got really scared, but he's okay now. Mwah. Haven't you? Yeah, we're going to look after you. There you go. By the way, I just might as well just say it. Some of you have probably already noticed that some of you have lost his on mod ship. The reasons for that is I've decided to trim it down a bit. I was told that I have too many, which is the case. I'm sorry for any of those that have lost their mod ship, but don't worry. Those guys that wear me mod on this channel, the other channel, as I said, will be up and running soon. I will be putting all the slideshow videos that I do on this channel. They'll be all getting put on that channel. That channel will be more active soon. So both channels, I'll be doing the live streams, and then I'll be putting all the articles up and all the other ones, and I'll be doing interviews as well. So the interviews will go up on that, and obviously I'll be part of the live chat, and you can be moderators of those videos. I just had to slim back, and I've also, you've probably noticed as well, I've also censored the live chat. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you just put any bad words in, certain keywords, it will be reviewed, and then I will decide if it goes up on the chat. Now, the only reason why that was put in place was just because of the trolls, not because of anybody in this live chat, because everybody is well behaved in this live chat, but because this channel has been under attack for the past few months, I have decided to take steps to stop these trolls from coming in and shouting abuse. So when they come in, their comments won't show up on the live chat because I will have to either approve it or I can dismiss it. So I've made a few little changes. I hope you all understand. Did you put that message up?
I don't know who that is now.
So, for example, someone's just at the bottom something up there, right? Is that being reviewed, but it's not a dirt, but because they said dirty word, things like that. So I know it's a silly thing, but it's just for now, and I hope people understand, right? I'm not. People accuse me of trying to say I'm not. I'm just trying to stop the trolls from invading this channel because we want to just discuss Doctor Who on this channel. So I've had to take a few steps. But those people that have lost on modship, don't worry about it. You will be made moderators in the other channel. I promise you that, right? Because we will be having interviews on that channel, and I will be in the live chat and moderating witches. So I hope you understand. Because I wanted to say, I just wanted to put it out there because I don't want anybody thinking that, that I was told I had too many, which was true. And I was told by several people, and I do have too many but obviously, so if the channel grows, then obviously then you are forced again to be mods. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. See, Pop, you are all trying to test it out there now. I see some of you actually testing it out. It's funny because it's coming up brilliant. I love it. I love it. All right, listen, we might as well get the calls on straight away because, as I said, I have a few people that are not feeling. They're feeling a bit under the weather, so I want to get them on as early as possible. So less of me chatting, and what I might do as well is I might end the stream early tonight as well because myself and Cheryl haven't been feeling great today, but I says I'd do the live stream because I was actually looking forward to doing it, and I don't want the fact that I have a bit of a tummy thing going. I think everybody has it. I've been talking to a few people actually in different countries as well. There just seems to be this bug going around, but if you check the skies and see the aeroplanes, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, that's why everybody's getting sick. Like, everybody's getting the same stomach bug and nobody actually puts it all together. Like, it's funny. But less of the conspiracy theories, yeah. Right, we'll get on our first caller. Actually, hold on. I'll do the shout outs first as I normally do. What am I doing? I better do that first because, that's what we do on this channel, don't we? Right. So the first name I can see there is Super John. Then we've got Not My Doctor Who. We've got the wife, who you love. We've got Paul. We've got Charlotte. We've got Amy, Yvette. Welcome all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else have we got? We've got Gary. We've got Michelle. Fatal Attraction is a good movie. Super John. Or Misery. Amy. Who else have we got? Who else have we got? We've got Stephen Cassidy. Welcome, Stephen. We've got me good little scientist friend there, Yvette. Welcome, Yvette. With our monkey stories and our elephant stories. Always funny. Always funny. Chuckzilla is here. Welcome, welcome, Chuckzilla. Welcome. And who else have we got? We got John Guggen here as well. Welcome, John. Nice to have you on board, my friend. Who else? What, baby? We've got Charlotte here as well. Welcome, Charlotte. Mrs. Not My Doctor Who. I must have missed your name. Sorry, Cheryl just shouted in my ear there. Milan versus Geek Dame Joel is here as well. Sorry, we're just in a bit of a giggle today. We've been giggling all day. There, her name came up now. I didn't skip her at all. Jeez, you want to get your best friend in first, do you? We got Dane here as well. Welcome, Dane. Blue Bonahoovian is here as well. Welcome, welcome. And R Kinsey 64 is here. Welcome.
New person.
Cheryl shouted at me ear again.
Arkin is new person.
We've got Mr. Game here as well. Welcome, Mr. Game. Mr. Game. Coming soon to a channel near you. Renee here as well. Who else did I miss? Did I not miss?
I said Arkinsy's new.
Alright, yeah. I missed the games new as well. We've got a couple of new people in the chat tonight, so welcome all. Right. Yeah, you can talk about the new animation, Fury from the Deep. No problem at all. I'm actually going to be doing a video on that. I have an article, obviously, few facts for people that don't know the story. I'm basically compiling a video that will let you know what this thing is actually about. So yeah, interesting though. I was kind of just thinking, you know, it's interesting the amount of animations all of a sudden now, and apparently there's probably the rumor is, or I don't know if it's actually fact, that there's going to be 2 a year now. So why all of a sudden, when fans have been calling for these for years? I just hope the animation. I just hope the animation is bad. I just think the animation lets them down, to be honest. And I know they don't have a big budget and stuff, but come on. I mean, I hate to say this, but even as far as I can see, South Park has better bleeding animation. Some of them are just now Shada, in my opinion, because I watched it. They actually got that spot on. So if they continue down that trend, then we're fine. They might. And Gary has a theory on the animations. Well, I have you down tonight to call in as well, Gary. I'll get me first caller on now because I've delayed it long enough, and we'll just get everybody on. And so the topics basically, but you can't talk about anything related to Doctor Who tonight. But there is 3 main things that we can talk about. So apparently last night they had a rap party for Series 12 of Doctor Who. Now I was looking at the photographs, and I've actually done a video. Look at the photographs. They all look for a rap party. They all look like a bunch of miserable bastards. Seriously, it's like as if they're all at a wake. Right? Just have a look. If you haven't looked at the video after this live stream, go and have a look at the video. It's very interesting. So apparently, Jodie Whittaker, if I'm correct, it looks like she's dressed up as 3 people during this Halloween party. Lady Gaga, a panda bear, and then it was some other costume I think she was in. But seriously, they all look miserable. And it's interesting though, because the person that originally, right, see, I kind of question this, right? And the reason why I'll always question something is because the person that originally put it up on Instagram was obviously that someone worked part of the production team, but doesn't have many followers on Instagram, because the thing was out, because the post was only liked about 6 times or something, right? And then put the bit, then I think it was Manique Gill herself then put some up, and then it generated. I don't know. I question these photographs, to be honest with you. They could have been taken before. I don't know. There's just something shady about photographs that this production team has thrown out these last few months. And I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. So they wrapped up, but yet the TARDIS was taken away from that event, and Jodie Whittaker's costume. And then the reason is there's a couple of reshoots or touch-ups to be done, or whatever it is, right, that people are saying. I'm sorry, but to me, maybe I'm just overthinking things, but it just doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't feel right. There's something forced about all these photographs. I just have that feeling. Even the leak with the Dalek, I don't know. Just everything about this stinks. I'm sorry, but maybe I'm letting the conspiracy theory part of my brain take over. But it just seems a little off to me. I don't know what you guys think, so that's another one. And obviously, if you want to talk about the new animation release, then obviously you can do so. So I'll get my first caller on, and I will shut up. And hopefully now we're all good because my phone is a bit ropey tonight.
Hello, Mr. No.
Hello, how are you?
Well, you know the answer to that, but I'm not going to go into detail for your viewers because I don't want to put them off any food they might be having.
Yeah, that's it. So if Neil abruptly leaves, he has to go. He has to go to the bathroom. I'm not getting graphic. I ain't gonna get graphic. We have got.
By the way,
yeah.
I'm going to send you. I'm going to try and find and send over to you one of those little electric shock buzzers with a long lead on the button. And Cheryl's going to have the button, and when you lose focus, she's going to keep electric shocking you.
Yes.
Hold on. I thought you were supposed to be my friend.
Twice you said, I'm now going to get the next caller on. And because I knew it was me, I get my headphones on, I turn the sound down, and then you lose track.
Right, okay, right, focus. 16 minutes, here we go. Go for it. Right, I've kind of given you a summary of what's going on. Rumour Doctor Who movie. Obviously, the rap, is it a rap? We don't fucking know. And obviously, the classic release. So, and Ted's
first of all, I just want to say something about what you just said about the costume.
Right, go on.
And they said that they needed to take the costume away because reshoots. Surely they don't expect people to believe that's the only costume. I mean, I remember reading things about previous doctors saying that there were several outfits, several copies of the same outfit because in case one got damaged or anything like that, one of them got dirty. And I'm talking dozens. They used to have dozens of the same jackets and the same pairs of trousers and the same. And we have seen, if I'm not mistaken, a photograph with about 20 women all wearing the same Jodie Whittaker outfit behind Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird, all right. None of this makes sense to me.
So I don't know where that, if that's something that they're saying, they're clearly coming out with some bullshit there. And I also didn't think that again, I thought the police box wasn't a unique prop either. I thought that was they had sort of dress ones and short fancy ones and ones that they could roll down a cliff and all sorts of different things like that. And I'm sure they had specific ones because the ones that they use for the show, they build in place wherever they want it, don't they? It's not transported in one piece.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it all sounds a bit odd.
It does.
And I mean, the rap thing. Well, yeah. And we. I mean, how many times have they rapped so far? Apparently.
I know.
And they've got. I don't know. It just. I've never known a series that's taken this long to film. I've never known a series that is still filming this close to when it's supposed to air. And it was well known that Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat both used to run over. Russell T Davies said that the 9-month filming, 9 months of filming, and they still used to run over towards the end. And Moffat had said that sometimes he was still post-editing episodes, in the last weeks and things like that. So we all know that they run over, but filming, I've never known them still be filming this close to when they release. I mean, post-production is supposed to take months. So if they've only just finished filming, unless it's going to be a really rushed post-production, then I don't know. But if they have wrapped finally, then perhaps we might actually start seeing some. It certainly explains why we've not seen any trailers.
Yeah.
Because if they haven't actually finished all the filming, they might not even be able to cherry pick a trailer from it. But I don't know. And then what's the other one we've got? The movie rumors. God, how many times have they said they're going to do a movie? I remember it back from David Tennant's time in the new series. That they were talking about doing a movie, because wasn't there a rumor at one point when Matt Smith took over that David Tennant was going to come back and do a movie?
Yeah, but the rumor has resurfaced. I have the article actually here because I knew you'd bring it up. So what the rumor here is that it's going to be rumored to be between BBC and a big major Hollywood studio. They want it to be a real blockbuster. But here's the thing: they want to keep it a female doctor, but it won't be Jodie Whittaker.
But where's that come from?
This article, I was going to throw it up later on, but I can tell you now, it's from. We've got this covered. It's Doctor Who movie rumored to be in development with new cast.
Would you honestly think, or anybody in the chat would honestly think, that they would risk the cost of a movie? Because we're talking, I mean, the TV series, yeah, fair enough, it's more expensive than it used to be. They spend more money on the TV series, but we're not talking the cost of a movie. And are they really going to risk the cost of a movie and how much they're going to have to pay actors? Because we're talking, in a movie, you know there are going to be bigger names in it.
Mm.
You know, there are going to be guest stars from all sorts of people who are going to demand all sorts of fees and things like that. So would they risk that sort of cost on something that, well, we know for a fact Ghostbusters failed, Ocean's 13 or whatever, no, 14, oh no, what is it called? Ocean's 8. Ocean's 8 failed. Would they really do that?
Yeah. I don't know. I've been honest, reading this article here, it just seems to be you know, this rumor is been around for a while, but it seems to have come back in because of all the obviously disarray with the TV series, because the disconnection from the TV series is the same. They don't want Jodie Whittaker in the role though, which is interestingly enough, if they were to do this, they want to go with a different woman, right? So I mean, for all those J-bots out there that think she's Oscar worthy, well, even Hollywood doesn't think so, because if they're going to do it, they're going to replace her with an actual actress that can actually act. That's the thing. But again, I think this would be a bad move, because I do agree with you. Ghostbusters 2016 didn't work. If you're going to do this big time movie, I would bring back David Tennant for it. Why not? David Tennant, let's be honest on that, he's not my favourite Doctor, but he is the most popular Doctor in the New Who era, right?
He's definitely the most popular one in the New Who series. Yes, we can't deny that.
No.
But it's for me though, it's for the wrong reasons. It's for the reasons that most like David Tennant is because he was the best looking and all this sort of stuff. But and I don't mean that's for everybody. I mean that's the most common reason why David Tennant was liked the most. But for me, I wouldn't go back to any of them, because a lot of the people who go and watch this movie are going to be long-term fans of Doctor Who.
I don't know. I'd go with Peter Capaldi. I think he'd be perfect for a TV movie blockbuster. Seriously, I actually think Peter Capaldi, and do you know what? There has been rumours, if you even remember. Now, I know they're stupid rumours, and even What Culture did a whole thing to make Series 12 better, bring back Peter Capaldi. I'm being honest with you, if you were to ask fans right now, right, and say, right, we're going to do a TV movie, right, Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi is on board, I guarantee everybody be on board. They wouldn't give a crap. At this moment in time, they don't like Jodie Whittaker. Peter Capaldi to most fans is the last Doctor. Why not give him the send-off that he actually deserves? Because that pile of crap that he got because of Chris Chibnall chickening out doing a Christmas bleeding special, pushing Moffat into doing it, like, you know, he didn't get the proper send-off. It was overshadowed by the Fourth Doctor. Wouldn't even give him the respect that he deserved to with his own fucking regeneration episode. Had to rope in the Fourth Doctor.
I totally agree with what you say. Peter Capaldi is definitely a good actor and could handle the movie. But there's no way the BBC are going to do it because it would step all over the Jodie Whittaker era. Because it's basically saying, right, she's not good enough, and we're going to go back to the previous Doctor to do a movie with. So I don't think they'd ever do it.
I just got a message off Ballstreck that's just had to put a huge smile on my face.
And another thing is, I mean, as much as I would like to see a lot of the previous actors that have done Doctor Who be in a movie, and I think they all should have, apart from Jodie, some sort of role in it, because you could do it as a big blockbuster multi-Doctor story and have other Doctors cropping up. Not one that they're there all the time. Doesn't need to be like an anniversary special where they're all together and they're all solving problems. It could just be cameos.
Yeah.
So because it's a time travel movie, the current Doctor does go to certain points in time and each of them crop up.
Yeah.
And because if it's got the budget of a movie, you could even have Peter Davison and some of the others crop up as well, because let's face it, in movies now, they can make people like Michael Douglas look like he's 30 years younger, and they can make Kurt Russell look like he's 30 years younger, so they can do it with anybody else. So I think there should be an element of other Doctors being in it, but they need a well-established movie actor, I think, if they're going to do a movie. If they're going to do it, they need to do it right.
Who would you get then? Who would you get?
That's. I knew you'd say that next. I haven't got the right answer for that.
Well,
I just think it needs.
Do you think it has to be right? But right, I'll simplify it.
Go on.
English or American actor? No, English or American actor. That's what I'm going to say. No, British or American actor.
I don't care what nationality they are, as long as they do it with the right accent.
Yeah.
And an accent we can understand. You know, I mean, you could have somebody from Swahili land. Doesn't really make any difference as long as they speak English that I can understand. Because I can't understand the word Jodie says half the time. So, you know, it really wouldn't bother me in the slightest where they were from, what colour, creed, race, anything, as long as they do the role justice. So, but I don't know. It's I'd love to see a movie. I'd love to see a big blockbuster movie, but I don't think it will be as blockbuster as we think. I think it would actually be. I mean, the BBC didn't have much involvement in the Paul McGann movie. Although it was a BBC production, it wasn't. I mean, it was only. Oh God, why am I blanking on the guy's name who produced that? I'm sure somebody will tell me in a minute. But the guy behind that TV movie with Paul McGann, he was in control of everything on that. The BBC didn't really have a lot of. Philip Seagal, yeah, see, I knew somebody'd say it. And the BBC didn't really have a lot of involvement in it. So if this movie that they're talking about is along the same sort of lines as that, then the BBC won't have much control over it. But I don't think it will be. I think it'll be more along the lines of, even though they want to go in with a big company, I think this time round they'll want more control.
Well, they kind of will, though, because they have BBC America now. That's the difference. And I think it'll be done, if I'm thinking about it logically, it'll probably be done through BBC America Studios, because that would make more sense if they were going to do it that way and then link up with a big major Hollywood studio. I mean, for me, I'd be on board with a movie, but it has to be a British actor. Doesn't matter. I agree with you. Doesn't matter what color their skin is or what nationality. They are no. It doesn't matter
No.
what nationality they are. I mean,
British.
British.
not as an
But I
actor.
mean, colour
As
skin.
long as they
I'm
can
even
sound
confusing
British.
myself now. But like, no, for me, it's a British role. I'm sorry. There's certain roles out there that are British. There's certain roles out there that are Irish, and there's certain roles out there that are American. And Doctor Who is a British role, and it should stay that way. I mean, you could get even Michael Sheen. I think Michael Sheen for a movie, he could do it as well because he has the caliber. He's been in
He does.
movies, so you could get him. I mean, it's not impossible. And I mean, listen, just to let you know, actually, and I'm not saying this is connected in any way, but Stephen Moffat, Karen Gillan, and Matt Smith were actually spotted in. I don't know if it was in Cardiff, but they met up.
I did see
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
they met up to have
something
they
to
met
do with
a
a
drink.
stage thing one of them's doing.
Yeah, they met up and had a drink. Yeah, Moffat looked worse for wear again.
He's grown a beard since the last time I saw him.
Yeah, he looked a bit worse for wear. Yeah, looks like they had a couple of drinks too many. Tell you, Moffat always makes bleeding decisions when he's locked out of his head, apparently. Oh, God,
Well,
you got to look
yeah.
at that.
He probably does make the worst decisions when he's out of his head, yeah. But, I mean, it's, yeah. If it did, I say, if a movie came about, I think it would need to be, although it's still under BBC license, and it has to be under BBC license, I don't think they should have. I mean, see, the trouble is, like I said, they didn't have control of the Paul McGann one, and I actually quite enjoyed the Paul McGann one. I didn't think some of it, bits of it, weren't great, but I thought Paul McGann was brilliant as the Doctor. They did change a couple of things too much for me, but the actual film itself, I thought was great. I mean, at the time, it was like hadn't seen it since 1989, and I was that eager to see any kind of Doctor Who at that point. But it just didn't do very well on British television for some reason. I don't know why. It did better in America, but I suppose that's because it was made for an American market, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was to kind of break into the American market, wasn't it? That was the whole point of that movie, though, wasn't it? But it was also to kind of to reset the franchise as such. I think it was, but it never really worked out. It is sad because Paul McGann. Some people say Paul McGann deserves another shot. Maybe him in the movie. Give him another shot at another movie, but this time they'll probably get it right. You know, why not?
I'm not very keen. I've never been very keen on this going back to Doctors that have been.
I do normally agree with you, but I think right now fans just want something familiar, Neil.
They do. And I'd have no problem with Paul McGann doing a sort of spin-off series about his time as the Doctor.
Right.
But I don't think it should be. I mean, it depends how they do the movie. You see, if they're doing it as like a continuation, if it's going to be in the run, so it's basically what happens in the movie is going to be what happens after the last episode of the series and before the next episode of the series, then it can't be Paul McGann. If it's going to be a standalone movie, just using the BBC license and the premise of Doctor Who, then anybody can be it. You know, so, but if it's going to be in the canon run, then you can't go back to a previous Doctor. You can have them in it. Like I said, you can have as many of them pop up in it as you like, because it's at the end of the day, Doctor Who's all about time travel, so they can all pop up wherever they feel like. But it's, if it depends how they're going to do it. If it's going to be a canon thing, then it needs to be a continuation or a new Doctor, and then that new Doctor, and because if it is a movie actor that they can't keep for the series, then you're going to be looking at a movie where this new actor takes over the role, and by the end of the movie, he regenerates again.
Yeah.
Or is it better? So, you know, because otherwise, I mean, there could be a very good possibility that whoever they get in the role will be technically too big to star in a TV series, and they'll never keep him.
True.
So, I don't know. It's too early days, I suppose, to tell what the plans are, if there are plans at all. Because I mean, how many times have we heard there could be a movie coming?
Exactly.
So
it's like the whole rehash thing with, you know, Rose Tyler coming back and Captain Jack and River Song and all that. Listen, we've ran out of time, but do you want to just give your channels an old shout out there before you go? Because I always keep forgetting every time you're on to say to you, give your channels a shout out. So go ahead and do that and put the links obviously into the live chat there so everybody can sub. And by the way, he's put up a new video today. Go and check it out. It's good.
I've put up 3, I think it is today, or 4.
Oh, is it? All right. Well, you just sent me the one. Why didn't you send me the more?
I told you I'd put more content on. I didn't say how many.
No, because here was the thing. I kept saying to Cheryl, I said, he's putting up videos, right? And I'm not getting any notifications for them. Why am I not getting notifications for his video? Guess what?
You hadn't clicked the notification bell, had you?
Exactly. I tell everybody to click the notification bell, and what did I not do? Click the notification. So it's done now, mate. So, Ted's not
How
happy.
dare you not click the notification bell?
So go on, do your shout out there, man.
So, well, obviously it's not my Doctor Who on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. And yeah, today I did it a month ago. I started putting videos on that channel. I've done nothing since that first week, and because I've had a bit more time on my hands today, because I've not been moving from my chair much, apart from going to the loo, which we won't go into detail. I've sat here and I've done a few more videos. As I said to you earlier, I wasn't happy with some of them because of the restrictions that YouTube keep putting on the videos. But it's just to try and get some more content up. And I'm actually working on a slideshow. I'm going to do like a slideshow for each of the doctors. So try and find as good a photographs as I can of each era, and try and just put some sort of slideshows together for each of them as well. It's pretty much like you said the other day. I'm just trying to get information out there that there was Doctor Who in 1963 to 1989, and a lot of the new fans don't tend to realise that sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I that's what I said to Cheryl, because I was saying to Cheryl, for anybody that actually doesn't know anything about the kind of the history of the show before the new era, these videos are actually just up your alley. They will give you information, they'll teach you a bit about the show, and they are very good videos. I watched the one that you sent me tonight. I loving the new intro. By the way, he has a new intro as well for his video, new trailer. So go, seriously, I'm serious. Go and check him out. Just give him a sub there and support his channel. And you might, for people that don't know much about the classic era, you will learn something as well, which is always good. Neil, listen, mate. Put that your links in the live chat as usual, mate. Right, and
I will do.
And listen, get well soon, my friend, because you know it's not nice when anybody is sick. And
well, I can rest up a bit this week because the kids are on half term.
Ah, that's right, because of the Halloween and stuff. Yeah, I know. And I just want to, while you're here as well, we want to give a big shout out to Daniel as well, because me and Neil talk to Daniel a lot. So Daniel, get well soon. I know you're not here, buddy, but we're thinking about you. All right.
Absolutely, Dan.
Right. Go on. I'll talk to you later, mate. Thanks for coming on, even though you are sick. I appreciate it.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Cheryl.
Bye.
He said.
I missed that. Hang on. What was that?
Nothing. Go on. Go on, you man thing. Go on. I'm not saying nothing. I'm saying nothing.
Bye-bye.
Bye. He knows exactly what he did there. Yeah, you little. I tell you, I'm gonna get him back for that. We love Neil. We talk to Neil quite a lot as well. See that I like to get to know some people on this. I mean, this is the great thing about this channel. The great thing about my Facebook group is I met my wife, right? And on this channel here now, and during this live stream, a lot of you have made friends with each other, and I've made friends with a lot of people on this as well. So it's a great little community. I love it. I'm proud. That's the one thing I'm proud of on this channel. Forget about the videos and forget about everything else. this live chat is what I'm most proud about, because people have made friends. We've built up a little community. So, and we've got our very own artist as well. And you've seen some of the art that has been done for the channel. I'm after getting more as well, a lot more. So yeah, I'm gonna be rebranding the channel. It's already half. You've already seen. I've got a new logo on the YouTube channel now. The background image now is going to be changed. I'm just waiting for the new one to be designed, and then I'm gonna whack it back. I'm gonna whack it up, and then the channel will be rebranded, and then I'll obviously then rebrand the second channel then during the week. Right, let's get on our next caller, because I know our next caller is struggling to stay awake. So I've been informed. So we better just get them on before they fall asleep on the phone, and we don't want that. Right, watch. I already know what she's going to say before I even ring, right? So she'll answer the phone, right? And then she'll say, "Oh, you're very low." Hello, Yvette? Oh, is Yvette giving me the silent treatment? Can you hear me?
No.
Hello? Right, we'll have to do that again. For some weird reason, we have lost Yvette. She must be up on the International Space Station. It's very hard to get signal up there, I have to say.
She's probably wasn't using the new quantum computer.
Or they're probably, yeah, or she's probably using a new quantum battery for her phone. We'll try it again. Oh, here we go. She says try again. We will. Here we go. All right. Hello?
Hello.
Ah, there we go. Just about. Okay. We got you.
I couldn't hear a thing.
Oh, Jesus. Now you're very, very, very loud. Okay. Now we've got you. Right. Say something there. Say, I've got the power.
No, don't do that.
I got the power.
Ah.
Right. We're done. Right. Good. Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Yvette. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Right. I'm only joking. Welcome along. How are you, firstly?
Yeah, apart from my poor body clock, because the clocks have gone back. I was up at 2:30 this morning instead of 3:30, which I get up at.
Ah,
So
Jesus.
I absolutely knackered.
Ah,
I've physically got sellotape on my eyelids at the moment.
Ah, Jesus. Right. So we'll just get straight into it anyway, so we don't keep you. We keep you that long.
No, it's fine.
Um.
Can I just say?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I got the notification for Neil's videos because
Right.
I did it right. And the Tom Baker one, I actually commented. He took me right back to childhood memories with those. They were brilliant.
They are good videos. They're actually very good videos. You should actually check them out. I'm not
Yeah,
just actually saying that.
definitely.
Actually, I will admit this openly, that his videos are better than the videos that I do. Seriously, I'm not telling a word of a lie.
No,
They're actually very no. Listen, he knows how to use computers and do graphics and stuff like that. I haven't got a bleeding clue. They're very good. Look, I will say
It
it.
shows the regenerations, and
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I was right back in my childhood watching it. I had all those emotions again. Really good.
Yeah, they're brilliant videos. So go and check them out. Not My Doctor Who. Please subscribe. Don't forget, Neil, to leave your group in the live chat if you haven't done it already. Do it again anyway, man. Do it a couple of times there so people subscribe and all that. Right, Yvette, we'll get straight into it. Obviously, you know, you've seen me videos. You commented on a video last night. Obviously, the rap business, the Not My Rap business. I don't know. What do you? I mean, what do you think at this stage? I mean, it's become a bit of a joke now, hasn't it?
Hasn't it ever? I mean, the pictures of the rap party were, they look miserable. They seriously look miserable. All of them. And funnily enough, Supernatural released their Halloween pictures same day, and they all looked happy. So it just goes to show, you know, when they do a wrap party, the difference between two shows.
Exactly.
And I'm convinced that Jodie wasn't in that bear. I think Chips was in the bear.
And then you know what? That would suit him. That would be the perfect costume and all for him. Big panda
Totally.
bear. Jesus, I tell you, I don't know.
And the movie, right? I'll comment on this as well. One, I don't think it'll be made because we've been down this road several times. Two, they want a woman to play it, so Hollywood can just get on and do it without any of us being involved. Three, they can cast an American for it. Do we really care if it's a woman playing it? You know. Anyone, if anyone can do an English accent, then they can get the part, can't they? Again, if it's a woman doctor, which is what the article's saying, you know, none of us are going to bother watching it anyway. But I don't think it'll go ahead. I really don't. I mean, the thing with doing movies in between TV shows is very, very difficult because of the canon. And if they don't follow the canon, people that go and see it are not going to rate it, regardless, because they're Doctor Who fans. So it'll bomb. So that's my opinion on that one.
What you think if they did the movie, went the female route, it'll bomb?
Yeah, totally. Because no matter what, it's going to be Doctor Who in the title. The fans go and see it. It'll bomb. It'll bomb. And if it's not following canon rule, it'll bomb. And if it's not sort of following the TV show, it will bomb. You see, the Paul McGann movie worked because it was like in between, in the gap. Although I really didn't like the master in that. Like Paul McGann, but yeah, it was sort of a bit up and down, that movie. But it did follow canon. You know, Sylvester McCoy was in it at the beginning, regenerating. So it did it the right way. But if you're going to slot a movie in between the TV show, unless they know something we don't, that there isn't going to be a season 13.
Well, I keep telling
that would be
people,
my only other conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it could replace Series 13. I know, I was thinking that myself, but I do know that BBC are very keen to keep the show on air anyway.
As do
and I know
That's
people
why
will hate
I don't
me
think
for
it's
saying
go
this,
ahead.
but I've got to play devil's advocate here. Whether people like it or not, and I keep saying this, and I don't like it, but we have to accept, whether we like it or not, Jodie Whittaker's regeneration, Peter Capaldi regenerating into Jodie Whittaker, a female doctor, is now canon. Now, we can't get away from that whatsoever, unless they retcon the whole thing, but they're not. So people can keep saying she's not part of canon, but unfortunately, she is. Unfortunately, she is.
What I mean about the canon is it's very difficult for a movie to slot in between a TV series being filmed and follow canon when you've got one doctor that's not in the TV show, a female, that doesn't follow the storyline, you know, in between if season 13 is going ahead, which we know it is. So it's I don't think it'll happen. And if Hollywood make it, then so be it. I won't go watch it. So I don't think it'll do very well. Hollywood are just producing one disaster after another at the moment. So
I agree with you, except for one exception. The Joker movie. Now, I'm going to be watching that movie very soon, and I will do a review of the Joker, obviously, because, you know, I've heard some great things, but here's the thing, right? I was kind of thinking to myself, and again, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I've heard a lot of great things about this movie, and then I was thinking to myself, well, are people just saying this movie is great because of all the wokeness that's been happening the last couple of years, or is this movie truly great? So the only way I'm gonna know is if I obviously watch it myself. I will say one thing, Yvette. I do agree with you that, you know, there is a lot of that. There is some movies still getting through, but they're few and far between. But Hollywood
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Finished.
The Joker was a good movie. I've seen it. And however, I think because there are so few of them, like you said, people are just grabbing at it because it's the only decent thing that's come out. Regardless of if they like the Joker or not. It's a movie that isn't trying to bash some information into your head.
Yeah, true. It's happening a lot, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know where we go from here. I mean, you look at what's happening in the Star Wars franchise at the moment. I mean, that's in disarray. That's a complete joke, actually.
Star Wars died the minute it became Disney.
Yeah, I agree. Disney got their hands on everything, and it's okay.
Well, I don't watch Disney. I'm like you know. After Bambi, I've never watched anything from Disney again.
I know you keep going on about
Bambi.
Bambi.
For life. Me and animals.
Oh,
yeah.
Excelsior says, I'm here for more animal disaster stories from Yvette. Okay, well, we do have 7 minutes left. So,
all right.
So we'll just take a tiny little. So for this 7 minutes, folks, we're going to take a little tiny break from Doctor Who, and Cheryl is going to tell us all about our adventures.
Who?
Yvette, I said.
You said Cheryl.
I did not. I said
you
Yvette.
You did say Cheryl.
I did not.
You did.
I said Yvette. I said Yvette.
Okay, everyone in the comments.
You said Cheryl.
If he said Yvette, back him up. If he said Cheryl, please let the comments.
He did say Cheryl.
I did not. I said Yvette.
No,
I know what I said.
You did not.
What? Did I?
I will bet you $5,000 when you play it back.
I will bet you $1 billion.
No. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's going on with me?
Paul said no, you said
right, okay. If the lad said no, I said no. Right, well, Yvette is going to tell us some animal. What's in that tea? It's not tea, it's a fucking energy drink.
It's not working.
You think the bleeding thing would be working in my head by now. It's not. Right. So, Yvette, while I go off and get another drink, Yvette is going to actually tell you all about. You said you had different stories though this time, didn't you? You have another one.
I have a continuation story of my Spanish one.
Oh, a continuation. Or maybe I should drink the rest of that whiskey, actually. Right, go on. Tell your story.
All right. Okay, so you guys all remember me telling you I fell down a manhole?
Yeah.
And then they helped me up and took me to a bar, and I fell down the stairs and took everyone with me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that same holiday, I went to Gibraltar for the first time. It's 40 minutes away from where my parents had their place. And, I love Gibraltar. It's absolutely fantastic. So I did a tour of the caves. And when it came out, I had like a bum bag on. Sorry, Americans, that's fanny bag to you, but bum bag to the rest of us.
Yes.
Anyways, Cheryl. It tickles me. Anyway, I came out from the caves and I got an ice cream, a cornetto actually. I remember this so well because of the abuse that followed. So I stood at the wall looking down at the beautiful Gibraltar Strait, and the next thing I knew, the monkeys there are really big. Well, they're apes, Barbary apes, I think they are. I don't know. Paul will know. They're really big, and I mean big. They're not like those vervet monkeys in Africa. I could have drop kicked them. Anyway, it just landed next to me on the wall, nicked my cornetto out of my hand and legged it. And I thought, well, okay, right, fine. and everyone was laughing and taking pictures. So it obviously happens frequently. So I was leaning on the wall thinking, oh, well, I'll get another one when we get back into town. And then I felt something on my bum. I turned round and it had unclipped my bum bag, fanny pack, and it had legged it, but it had dropped it down the wall. This bleeding monkey ate whatever it was. Now, in this bum bag of mine was my passport, my money, and God knows what else. No mobile phone then. I was young. I actually had to have assistance from the British Army based there, and they sent someone down the wall to get it for me because I couldn't leave Gibraltar and get back to Spain. So, yeah, another abusive monkey ape thing. There you go.
Very good. Very good. Well, here, have you got another story? Because we've got 3 minutes left, and I don't really know what to kind of ask you now after that one.
I have to think about these. I must have been about 17 then. So, I mean, we're talking 2 generations ago here.
I want to be hippie and I want to get stoned on marijuana.
Oh, I could tell you about the hippopotamus in Africa.
Right, go on.
So,
tell us about the hippopotamus. We like hippopotamuses on this channel.
Well, we know they are one of the most dangerous animals in Kenya. Anywhere. They're vegetarians, but they're very, very territorial. Anyway, we were staying yet again in an open game reserve. It was the one, if anyone heard, Chris Tarrant was there filming. They were sat in the garden where I sat, and a herd of zebras came running through. They were live on air. And he said, oh my God, there's all these zebras. And then someone else said, why are they running? And then there was a lion chasing them. This is exactly the same place they were at, I was at. And so you had these little cottages with a balcony that was ground level, obviously. Anyway, so I was on my balcony speaking to my sister who was on the balcony of her one. And I turned around, and I'm not kidding you, I was less than a foot away from an adult hippopotamus. It was strolling by and brushing up against our balconies. It was huge. Anyway, I mean, that was amazing to see. Then a ruddy grey hornet attacked me. Now, all the windows that have tiny mesh to stop anything eating you out there. Anyway, I attacked it with my shoe and managed to bang it into the grate because they're 2 inches long, the hornets out there. I seem to attract anything that wants to bite and kill me. And I got my future brother-in-law in, and it was still trying to. It had its little legs, and it was still trying to squeeze its head through the things to get at me. And my brother-in-law, in the end, got a pair of scissors and actually cut its head off because it was having none of it. And I was trying to squish it with a shoe, and it's like a cockroach. It just wouldn't crack and die. That's a bit gruesome. Sorry, guys.
It's like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's like Yvette's "This Is Your Life" Born Free edition. And anybody that doesn't know what Born Free is. You asked me to come up with
another one. I was trying to think.
Good. And there we go. Yay! She's done there. She's actually relieved. She's relieved. Well, Yvette, as usual, it's always a pleasure and a joy having you on. Thanks for phoning in. And you get yourself to bed now and get some sleep.
And Teddy.
Bye, Cheryl.
Bye, Yvette.
Bye, Teddy.
Bye, Bibi. Bye, no.
See you later, Yvette.
Bye.
And that was Yvette, everybody. Great call. I don't know what happened to me there. See, if you only knew
The
how
fact that
what's
you
going.
argued it is
I know.
what's
By the way, I got said something right now. This was on Amazon, right, and it was obviously for. Hold on, I just want to make sure. So it was a review for season 23 Blu-ray box set, right? So the classic, right? And this is what they basically say in the review. I won't mention the person's name because I obviously don't want to embarrass the twats. But high definition pantomime, which doesn't even come close in a Tardis tin, and abuse of the license payers' taxes. Yet again, another male actor's essay the role. Will it ever end? Why can't the BBC simply redress the gender imbalance by employing the incumbent talents of Jodie Whittaker in a remake of these aging episodes? Sure, bafflement in spades. Well, you are a plonker, right? If you think that Jodie Whittaker should touch any of the classic stories. See, this is again, right? Where's this gender imbalance are they talking about? Seriously, where is it? Because from day one, we've had a male doctor and we've had female companions, right? We had Susan and we had Barbara with with William Hartnell's doctor when he first played the doctor. Where is this gender imbalance that these people keep talking about, right? Where is it? Where is the gender imbalance? There is no gender imbalance, you bloody idiots, right? It's the same thing as usual with you plonkers, right? And some of the women then they say, but the women were in the eye candy and all that. Well, you are obviously not watching the show properly because some of the women in Classic Who, right? In Classic Who were the same level as the doctor. They gained the doctor's respect. When he disrespected them, those women stood up to the doctor and he treated them with respect after that. This gender imbalance crap really annoys me. And especially these reviewers keep attacking Classic Who. Stop attacking Classic Who. It was a different time, but there is no gender imbalance at all. You are obviously not watching the show properly, as bloody idiots. I'm just sick and tired of the it was Pertwee the other day, right? With that stupid bloody Ted, get out of there. No, he's getting into where all the chemicals are.
How did he? Who I'm just saying?
I did because I went into the kitchen. I know it's my fault. It's my fault. Right, we'll get on the next caller. But before we do, I just want to say a special thank you. I just had to be informed there that Gary from Neurotics is at the giving this channel a shout out on his channel. So I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's nice to have support of the bigger YouTubes out there. And it's always nice when they give a channel like mine a shout out. So I really appreciate that, Gary. Thank you very much. By the way, anybody wondering, I got me wires crossed with Baldstreck. So I thought Baldstreck was supposed to be coming on this channel to do an interview with me, but it's the other way around. I'm going on to his channel. It's supposed to be for next weekend, but it's not set in stone yet, but that's when he's planning on doing it because he wants to relaunch the channel. But obviously, if there's a delay in that, but I will be on his channel. But I will let you know because I'll be putting a little promo up on my channel to let you know to come over to Baldstreck's channel to watch the interview and stuff. So I'll be doing that with him. And I do hope to get him on this channel again very soon. I'll arrange that. So, yeah. Just a few little things to announce. So who else have I got on my list? Oh yeah, I know who I'm bringing on. But hold on, I just want to text someone real quick. I'm doing this deliberately because I know this be funny. Bad Wolf 66 has joined the chat. Welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Who else? I seen a couple of more names there. I always like to go back just in case. Blue Bonnet Hoovin is here as well. Welcome. Who else have we got? I thought I seen another new name there. I could be seeing things as usual, or probably am. Oh no, Matthew Pounder. Yeah, I knew I seen another name. Hey Matthew, nice to have you here, my friend. Oh, by the way, John Guggen, that's obviously part of our live chat in our community, has done his own little Doctor Who blog. So John, if you would like to do, if you want to put the link to your blog in the live chat there, please do so. Right. I've got my next two callers lined up, so that's good. Okay. Just wait on a reply. In the sky. Oh, what did I do? I did something stupid. Oh, what did I do? Is the stream gone?
No, but you look weird right now.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what. Oh my God! I don't even know what happened there. Don't touch the screen, no. Don't touch the screen. Shit. Right, there's his blog up there. Anyway, he's put his blog up. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Get away. There. Now we're good. Right. We bring on the next caller. As I said, I'm ending this stream a little bit early tonight. I'll probably go an hour early tomorrow night.
Oh, hello, no.
Oh,
Happy
it is. It's
Halloween.
Gary. Hello, happy Halloween. I've actually got a ghost on my door. I was actually going to throw it over my shoulder there, but Ted doesn't like it, so I couldn't do that because I wanted to actually have something over my shoulder there. I bought a ghost. I was all chuffed when I brought it home. Oh, lovely. I'll put it on the wall there, and then he was going, "Rrr." So that puts that to bed. And even when he's gone outside the door, it's funny. He tries to grab the thing. So how are you anyway, Gary?
I'm good. Wow, listening to everything you've been talking about today, it's clear that it's Halloween week because clearly they've, like that Amazon poster shows, that clearly they're letting, people who are clinically insane post reviews on Amazon. So I guess it is Halloween week. That's just anytime I hear read the phrase that specifies male actor or gender imbalance, that immediately invalidates whatever they're talking about in any area because that's their point. I would love to ask that person. I would say, okay, then for any television show that's had a male actor in the role for more than 5 years, the following season they should just replace that male with a woman. Right? I mean, how far does this go? It's just idiotic.
I know. It is. It's like the way they talk, though. It's like as if you think that every woman that has starred in Doctor Who has been beneath the Doctor, which is clearly not true. There were some companions that were, as I always say, level playing field with the Doctor. The Doctor had respect for those. I mean, for Jo, for example, he was very disrespectful to her at the very start when he first met her. But when Jo stood up for herself, then he gained that respect for her. And then they were he never looked beneath her. Same with Liz Shaw, as Leland says. Liz Shaw, very strong companion as well. It's ridiculous. Right. It's ridiculous. I'm sick of this crap.
Yeah, I bet, all the money there is to bet. There's no way that person ever watched or has a working knowledge of classic Doctor Who, maybe not even the new stuff. There's just no way. So I don't even waste any energy in getting worked up because clearly that person speaking from complete ignorance. So, it's just, but I want to ask you about, where are my notes? I want to ask you first, okay, about this movie idea. Did this article say that it was a movie or a TV movie?
I'll read the article if you want me to. I'll hold your time.
No. It's just, but you mentioned movie, and then later on when you were talking about it, you said TV movie.
Yeah,
and I wasn't sure if, but either way, the only question I really had is kind of following up a little bit, like what I was talking about on Friday. I'm trying to wonder what basically is the long-term justification for a movie like this, and who's the audience for it. If it's a movie, when you first talking about this at the top of the stream, you mentioned Blockbuster. And I thought, okay, if this is a movie, they're going to have to go the Blockbuster route, which means basically everything we like about the show, which is the charm, the humor, the inventiveness, is basically going to have to be shoved aside for the Blockbuster elements. There's just no way that's going to, and they're going to have to basically spend time reintroducing the concept and all of that. So I just don't get, what the actual point of a movie would be. And if they're going and if they're going down the road of a female doctor, that to me indicates just blinkeredness on an epic scale, because how can they justify, okay, falling ratings, no merchandise, fan dissatisfaction, the BBC, and you mentioned BBC America co-funding, BBC America was not happy with the way that season 11 performed at all. They hardly even show that Doctor Who of any doctor now, maybe like a couple, 3 times a week, where before they were marathoning the thing all over the place. So I can't imagine that they would sink the budget into, let's say, an hour and 40-minute, hour and 45-minute movie where it wouldn't be for the fans with a female doctor. I don't see how they could justify it on a business level to make that decision. So that's why I'm really skeptical of it. And they say movies are in development. A long time ago, for about 10 years, I worked for the Hollywood Reporter. I was in the editing department. 90% of the movies in Hollywood right now that are in development never get made. So, even SFX magazine has a monthly column called Development Hell, for all the movies that have been in development for 5, 6, 7 years that just never happen. So I'm just thinking that that's probably going to be the fate of this, unless let's say that it takes 3 or 4 years, or if this is serious, let's say it takes 3 or 4 years to kind of get developed and come out. Now we're talking right around the 60th. So if the BBC's plans are around the 60th to rest the show, and then after a couple years or whatever, have a movie as either a standalone or as a way to reintroduce the show coming back, that I could see that happening maybe. But right now, when they were, look, I would rather them, as a fan, I'd rather them take all the budget they would sink into one movie and invest that into a series with a producer that's halfway competent and a writing staff that gives a damn, and give us 10 to 12 great episodes of one series, rather than some kind of movie that's going to have to be just, I'm not really sure what that movie would be. So anyway, those are my thoughts about the movie.
Yeah, I was thinking though, when you were talking about I was thinking, what if the movie was for the 60th? What if they decided, instead of doing, just a special 60th episode, that they'll actually just do 60th, maybe a movie for the 60th? For me, that'd be the only way that this could actually work, because I do agree with everybody when they're saying a separate movie away from the main show right now is not going to work unless it's in conjunction with the show. And Jodie Whittaker is just not she wouldn't be bankable on Hollywood, and that's just the bottom line. I mean, they're even in this article, they're saying that they would actually replace Jodie Whittaker's doctor with a different woman. So they even know that she wouldn't have to pull in Hollywood. Look, even in the article itself, this is firmly in the rumor category, and that is what it is. It's firmly in the rumor category. Look, this does pop up, as Neil said originally in the first call. This pops up like the whole Rose Tyler, the Torchwood rumors, Jack fucking Captain Jack coming back, River Song. It's always the same. This rumor always pops, especially when Doctor Who is not doing too well. But let's talk about this whole rap business.
The what?
The rap party. So last night, apparently, they had this rap party. The only thought
I have on the rap party, and then I want to get to the animations.
Right.
The only thing I have about the rap party is I was trying to find. I didn't see anybody I recognized. I'd have to watch it again. I was looking for actors I recognized or Chibnall or whatever. To me, it didn't look like a rap party. It looked like a wake. So I don't really know what. Maybe they're celebrating the fact that their long ordeal is over. Who knows? But one last thing about the movie. If I had to make a movie, here's what I would do.
Right.
If I had to make, it was a Hollywood movie, not just like a BBC 60th. What I would do, I would get Shia LaBeouf as the Doctor, and I would have him face the Chumbleys, the Merca, and the Candyman for 2 hours in the theater. I wouldn't mind watching that. No,
yeah,
actually,
I mean, but see, here's the thing: we wouldn't even be having these type of conversations if the show was doing okay. And the reason why there's so many rumors flying around about certain things, I mean, there's even rumors, we've even spoke about them on this channel, of even a spin-off show. They're thinking of bringing back a spin-off show because the show is in terrible trouble. The merchandise isn't set, and it is right. This actually leads into what you wanted to talk about, the animation. So let's talk about the animations, because I'm starting to get very skeptical now. I mean, all of a sudden now we're gonna be getting 2 a year. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I don't mind them bringing them out, but all of a sudden now they just seem to have this will.
Okay, well here's my idea about this, and I'm very happy. I thought the scene that I know that the BBC, their Doctor Who YouTube channel, it dropped about a 2-minute scene from the Faceless Ones this morning, which I thought was great. It looked fine. I think they have like a couple of different animation teams working on these, which is probably why they can do like 2 a year. But I mean, they're releasing 4 or 5. If they release 2 of those a year, that's totally fine with me. I actually kind of thought something in me said it was probably going to be something like Fury from the Deep, because it's like it's like a single location story with the seaweed creature, which probably isn't too hard to animate.
Yeah.
I knew it was probably going to be a second Doctor story, because think of the ones they've done. They've already done Macroterror. They've already done the Faceless Ones. So they already have the figures all down for the third Doctor, Jamie, Ben, and Polly. Why they're picking these like they are, I'm thinking it all ties into the season box sets. Because if you think about it, after Fury from the Deep comes out, there's really only 5 more Troughton stories, complete Troughton stories, to go for animated. And I think what they're going to be doing, they're probably going to be focusing on the ones where that will allow them to have a complete season.
I get you. So they can release the whole lot there.
I think it all ties into that, because I think look for season 6. The only one they haven't come out with is the Space Pirates. For season 4, I think they're doing a lot of season 4. All they have is the Highlanders and the Evil of the Daleks, to go. And for season 5, you have the Abominable Snowman and Wheel in Space, and those are all your Troughtons. So I think that they'll focus on ones where they already have most of the characters done as the animatics. I mean, for the Doctor and the specific companions, so that they can say, okay, between the animations and the actual existing stories, they're all done. My other speculation, which I'm going to put out there, is I'm thinking that at least for the Troughton stuff, when Underwater Menace was released, 2 of the episodes were done in the reconstructions, and then that, the missing 3rd episode of Web of Fear. What I would do to make the black and white ones more appealing for those 2 stories, a total of just 3 episodes, since they've already really come out, I would put, like, say when they release the season 4 box set, I would release that with a mix of the existing stories and the animations, and I would animate those 2 episodes of Underwater Menace, which came out in reconstructions, but have that as exclusive to the box set. Don't re-release just Underwater Menace. I make that like a box set only bonus. The fact that, and do that for Web of Fear episode 3 too. Put that single animated thing as like a bonus in the box set only instead of just going ahead and re-release. I think that would be a good business plan. But I think that they're picking these to get them to complete seasons of the 1st and 2nd Doctor the fastest. I think probably when they do the first Hartnell, it's either going to be the Smugglers, because you already have the Ben and Polly figures animated and it will complete season 4, or Marco Polo, because that's all you need for season 1. I'm thinking that all these animated releases are completely tying into their marketing plan for the box set. And really quickly, because I think my time's running out, I only have a couple minutes. I want to do a couple very quick additional Halloween recommendations.
Hold on before you do. Stop the clock. I want to get me a notebook, because every time you do movies, I like to write them down.
Okay.
And
I will.
Right, on some random page that I'll never fucking find.
Okay.
But right, go for it.
I do want to say that Chuck, before he left tonight, in the comments, told me that he was like you, copying down my recommendations the other day, and he watched that movie I recommended on YouTube, Satan's Trial, and he goes, "Whoa, that was terrifying! It was so great." So that's an endorsement for me. So here's, and again, I'm only recommending stuff that people can find.
Right.
I don't want to recommend stuff that people have to hunt down.
Right.
So a couple of others in addition to the ones I've already recommended. One I can't believe that I forgot the other day. The original 1970s series, The Night Stalker, with Darren McGavin, which was 2 TV movies. And the first one, it came out where he's like this crusading reporter named Carl Kolchak, and he's confronts a real life vampire in Las Vegas. This is decades before the actual Chris Chibnall vampire in Las Vegas, but it was actually at that time the highest rated TV movie in history, and it led to another TV movie called The Night Strangler, and then a 1-season show where he's fighting various like werewolves and ghosts and spirits, everything. And it was the inspiration. It was the Chris Carter who created the X-Files. This is his self-proclaimed inspiration for the X-Files. And it's a fantastic show. Yes, it has mid-70s TV effects, but McGavin is terrific. The atmosphere in it terrific. And even if you only watch the original TV movie, which is on YouTube, I actually think all the episodes are on YouTube. It's called The Night Stalker. Fantastic. And my final recommendation for the day is also something that's on YouTube that I actually think should be a staple of listening to every Halloween for everybody, which is Orson Welles' original 1938 War of the Worlds radio broadcast. It's an hour long. If you don't know, I mean, I know you know the story, but this is where he and his Mercury Theater on the Air created by radio an alien invasion taking place in current 1938 with the sound effects and everything. And it really is terrifying. There's that apocryphal story that it really actually did terrify people, and people actually thought that it was really happening. But even just by itself, if you've never heard his original War of the Worlds broadcast, it's a revelation. And that whole thing is on YouTube. It's only an hour. So those are all ones that you can go easily find, tomorrow or throughout the week to help prepare you for Halloween. Those two, the Night Stalker TV movie and series, and the original Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. And those are two more for people to make it a good Halloween week.
And there you go, folks. Yeah, I couldn't ask for any more. I'm going to check a few of them out because me and Cheryl are over this next week now because I love actually watching the horror movies.
And make sure you and Cheryl watch, don't forget that Scooby-Doo recommendation I gave you guys. So watch those.
No, we definitely will. We definitely will. No, seriously, because I do. Cheryl won't watch some of the horrors that I watch, but I'll get to watch.
No, it's your
No, they're not.
Them, but I'll read
They're
the book
not.
like I'm
No,
finishing Dr. Sleep right
none of
now.
the ones I've recommended.
I know none of the ones you recommended are horrors, but I always do see for me now because it's Halloween, coming up to Halloween. I like to watch me horrors as
But what
well.
I was going to say, none of them are really great. They're more kind of chiller and thriller. They're not. I hate gore. I hate graphic. I hate all of that nonsense. So this is all the stuff I recommended is not that. You're not going to have to think there's going to be like oceans of blood or anything, because there's not. It's like just pure creeps and thrills.
Yeah, that's the stuff I really like.
Yeah.
Like the suspenseful.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
then
Yeah.
no, absolutely. So that's it, Noel.
Thanks, Gary, as usual, for coming on. I really appreciate it, mate. And I will check out all those stuff. I will, and I'll let you know. Actually,
All right.
I'll actually let you know how what I think, man, because I love that when people make recommendations.
Absolutely. If you've never seen the original or even heard of that original Night Stalker movie that inspired the series, again, it was a 90-minute show. It's only like 75 minutes without commercials. It's just terrific. You can see why that inspired Chris, Carter so much in later years. But it's just, even by today's standards, it's a terrific thriller.
Oh.
So I hope everybody enjoys all these recommendations.
Thanks very much, Gary. Nice having you here tonight. Listen, I'm on again tomorrow, so if you want to come back on tomorrow night with more recommendations, you're more than welcome to do so.
Okay, if I think of any more, I absolutely will. But I hope until then everybody has a scary night.
Hang on, actually, before you go, anybody here from Australia, actually, because apparently War of the Worlds has dropped. The BBC series has dropped in Australia or something. There was a couple of reviews done. Apparently, it's not great. I hope.
I don't know. No, I'm not sure that's the BBC production that they just did the trailer for with the big tripods, because I was IMDbing War of the Worlds earlier this week, and there's some other kind of 2019 production of War of the Worlds that I think stars the actress who played Faith in Buffy with some other people, and this is not that. So I'm not sure what it is. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think that's what people are talking about, but I don't think that's the big BBC co-production.
Right, because I'm actually looking forward to that. I hope they do it right. If it's half decent, I'll watch it. Just keep out of the wokeness. Remember, you have a set in olden time, so. Yeah, it's
if anybody wants the War of the Worlds, though, you can't go wrong with listening to that original Orson Welles broadcast, and because it's all in your mind. Basically, it's the best kind of horror because it's the one you close your eyes and you create the imagery in your own head. So it's the best kind of horror.
Yeah, I agree. I like that. So I agree with you 100%. Cheryl even agrees with you as well. Listen, Gary, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, mate.
All right, Noel, have a scary night.
You too.
Wow.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. See you later, Gary. And that was Gary, everybody. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I come to talk with you again.
Stop being weird.
I'm not. I'm showing Jodie Whittaker how to act. Do, 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 do. Oh, Jesus, not again. Some people just don't get the message. Right, last caller of the night. Last caller of the night. Last caller. Noel, have you seen the Human Centipede? Paul, I'm about to get you on now in a minute, and you had to ask me that question. Right, listen. I will not watch that disgusting movie. I've seen images, and the images are enough. Thanks very much. No, I'm sorry. Whoever created that movie has a sick mind. And don't get me wrong, there's some horror movies out there that are really sick, but no, I'm sorry, but that's just too much. Too much. I've seen a film where a bloke is being turned into a walrus, and that made me feel uncomfortable. Right? That was a Kevin Smith movie called Tusk, right? And it actually did make me feel uncomfortable, right? This is even worse. No, I can't. No. I hate movies like that. Oh, seriously, man. Ugh. Even the thoughts of it. Oh. And I heard, how many of them is there? There's 2 or 3 of those movies. You think they would have just like done the one and left that, but no, they had to. I bet you the second one is even a bigger one or something. Just, Jesus Christ. Matthew even says, a scene is totally gross. I wouldn't even subject myself to that. No way. I'm even nearly getting sick now thinking about it because I had a bit of pate earlier on now and all I'm thinking. The BBC Centipede, everybody.
You
I'm poor.
you might want to, for the new people that came late, explain that.
Right, listen. Here's the thing, right? You have probably noticed that some of you have put up a comment and I might have a bit of bad language in it, right? And you have probably seen that the comment hasn't went up. Because of trolls, I've had to censor the live comments. So if you want to make a comment, which you are all free to do, if you can leave out the bad language because it reflects badly on the channel, right? Get you our point across, but I know I actually F&B on it, right? But don't want to see it on the live chat as well. But because of trolls, I've basically censored certain words. Yeah, as oh, okay. I don't know what I did there. Right, let's get on there. Next caller, last caller of the evening, and here we go.
No.
Oh, I'm good. Oh my God, what's up?
Isn't he in Holland right now?
Oh, hold on, you're in Holland right now, so that's why you're laughing. Yeah, that's why he's laughing. Right, so I told you to lay off those fucking brownies, man. What ya? This is gonna be a fun call already. Right. Right, hold on. Let him calm down a bit. I know how this feels. Right.
You have to see the human centipede.
Oh my God. Oh, this is fucking gonna be.
Actually sat down and created this as a concept, and then hired people as actors to produce it.
Here, imagine being the actor or the actress that applied for that role, right? What's the movie about? When you're basically gonna be sold onto someone's ass. I'd be like, no, thank you. Tell you something, they must have been really desperate.
I didn't think it was a real thing forever. I thought people had to be making
No, I know. That's what I thought. Whoever came up with that movie really is a sick puppy. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, that is, oh man.
Oh God.
I cannot even begin to I can't wrap my head around a person's brain who would come up with something like that.
And you know what? Here's the scary thing about it. There's probably feckers out there that actually do that sort of thing, because there's weird people out there. There probably really is a human centipede out there
Maybe
somewhere.
there's a human centipede made of
Listen
fruits.
to me. Listen to me. No. A few weeks ago, at the start of the month, when I went to New York Comic Con, one of the tables at one of the tables they had horror movies, they had sci-fi movies, they had the 2 DVD box set of the Human Centipede 1 and 2.
Stop it.
And my friend looked at me like, "What is the matter with you?" I told him, "Bro, you have to see it. At least once, you have to see it." And he walked away from me saying, "Paulie, you are a sick man."
Right, hang on. I just want to see how many sick-minded people I actually have in me live comments there. If you have watched this disgusting piece of human excrement,
Don't do that.
please tell me who you are, because as soon as you reveal yourself, you're out the door. You bleeding weirdos. I'm only messing.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They probably will. Look at Undowns 289 says, brilliant one. What about the human centipede? Mega centipede? They'll probably do that on the sci-fi channel or something. With fucking solar tornadoes flying around my place, with Sharknado jumping up out of the water.
Oh my gosh. It is so unbelievably hard and bad. Oh my God. The Nerdaholics had the Nerdaholics did a impromptu stream on one of the Sharknadoes.
Yeah.
I don't know, 1 or 7 or 10. I don't know. And I just left a comment. I said, "Bro, this movie is so unbelievably bad." So unbelievably bad. And they said, "You know what? You're right. It is, but it is so bad and it is so horrible. We just have to sit through this train wreck." They said it's like a car accident where the people get ejected and they're on the highway and there's blood and guts. You can't look away no matter how much you want.
I was like, oh, hell, man, no. And I've seen some really disturbing movies now in me time, and that's one that I'm, thanks be to God, right? When I seen the images, no, that's not for me. And I'm glad I've never watched it, because I'd probably be disturbed for the rest of my life and in some mental institution having nightmares for the rest of my life. Get away. And anybody that likes that is highly disturbing in the head.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes, they are. Seriously. Listen. All jokes aside, if you really like that movie and think that is something you need in your collection, there's something wrong with you, and get the F away from me.
That's it. So for all you lads and ladies out there, if you end up hooking up with someone, just look at that DVD or Blu-ray collection, and if you see the Human Centipede 1 and 2, get out of there.
Get out. Because you were gonna end up being sold to someone's ass.
I tell you, man.
All right. All jokes aside.
Right.
No laughing.
Down to the serious business of this channel. Right, let's do it.
So, I want to talk about, I have some things that sci-fi, but sci-fi that is different, sci-fi that is ahead of its time, or sci-fi that is not, it's not upbeat, it's no light humor, it's not pleasant, it's dark, it's gritty, it's hard. And I want to start with, of course, we all know, well, some know, one of my favorites, Space Above and Beyond. It only lasted 1 season, and Fox kills it because they said it was too dark, it was too bleak. Why aren't the humans winning the war? And they said, well, they're not supposed to. Okay, we don't know who's going to win the war, but it was great. It was great writing, great acting, good directing. Sci-fi wasn't the. Well, I'm sorry, the effects weren't the greatest, but they had a shoestring budget. It was in the early '90s, but it was a really good show. And I know one that is very polarizing amongst the fans, but I gotta tell you, I really like Stargate Universe. It wasn't SG-1, it wasn't Atlantis, but it was never supposed to be. It was different, it was dark, it was bleak, it was gritty. It was very drama driven, and it's what happens when you put real people in real impossible situations. They're not always going to come through and just tech to tech and save the day. Another series only lasted one season. Odyssey 5 was actually on the same network that created SG-1, or at least the same network that aired SG-1. It was called Odyssey 5. Really good show. So these 5 astronauts, they were on the space shuttle. The planet Earth blows up, and this being from another planet, another dimension, they don't even know. He says he's been going around to various planets, but he's always too late. The planet has always exploded. His only clue is there is some form of an AI that gets loose and does something to blow up the entire planet. So he has the ability to send carbon-based life forms back into time, either X amount of days or X amount of months or X amount of years. So he said, listen, the only 5 people who know what you have to do are you 5. You have to find this AI and stop it before it blows up your world. Great show. I highly recommend it.
I've written it down. I'm actually writing down people's, everybody's suggestions there in the comments actually as well. So if anybody does have suggestions as well as Paul, put them in the live chat. So go ahead, keep going, because I know you'll have more for me.
Well, there's another one. Babylon 5 Crusade. So Crusade was the quote-unquote spin-off series or the after series after Babylon 5 went off the air a couple of months later or a month later. My memory serves. My memory's not exactly precise as far as the timing, but Crusade came out. And again, Crusade was even darker. It was gritty. It was grounded. Great show. And in my opinion, ahead of its time. It was different in a different direction. It was like what the guy who created Space Above and Beyond was Chris Carter's partner when they created the X-Files. He left and he created Space Above and Beyond. So when Joe Straczynski left Babylon 5, he also created Crusade, and Crusade was the same thing. He went in a different direction, and a lot of people didn't like it because they always wanted the same, but Crusade was not the same. It was real, it was bleak, and it was a good show. It really, really was. So, another one.
Go ahead.
Which is another classic. It's old, but it's a classic, and if you haven't seen it in a long time, you absolutely need to see it again because it never gets old. Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet, it almost seems easy, but that film is, my God, that film was made in the 1950s, and it is still as every bit as good and relevant back then as it is now. Which brings me to another one, which is another television show which came out in the 1960s, and in my opinion, still, all these decades later, is still ahead of its time. The Twilight Zone. I don't know what Rod Serling was smoking. I don't know what he was channeling, but he was ahead of his time. And I don't think anything has ever captured that level of what he captured with the Twilight Zone. The show has been rebooted twice, and both reboots, the first one failed. There's a second one currently out now. I don't know how well it's doing, but it's not as good as the original Twilight Zone. Now, another one. It's a film. It was kind of a B film because it had a low budget, but it was called Immortal. Immortal. So Immortal was a mix of live action with CGI, and you have to see it. It's out there. It's totally out there. The Egyptian gods come to Earth, and they're in a floating pyramid, and Horus is dead, but they bring him back to life, and he has X amount of days to learn some lessons to learn some lessons from humans before they pass sentence on him. It's a great movie. Again, it's out there. If you don't like sci-fi, that's not right down the middle, mainstream. It may not appeal to you, but if you like things that are different, that are good and of high quality, I think you will like Immortals. So that's the little quick, little short list. Of course, there's the original Day of the Triffids as well as the remake that was done in 2012. I saw it in 2013, Day of the Triffids, the remake. And of course, another classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still, right? And the very last one is actually a book. And it is actually my personal favorite book of all time. It's called Armour, Armour. So it was written by John Stakely, and he took some inspiration from Starship Troopers. So Heinlein wrote Starship Troopers, I believe, in the 1950s. So Stakely wrote his book about 25 years later, 30 years later. And personally, it's my favorite book. It has sci-fi, it has drama, it has redemption, and it's brilliant. It's my personal favorite book of all time. Because yes, I do read, and I read a lot. So that is my personal favorite book.
It's
Brilliant.
the book version of the Human Centipede.
Oh, why would you ask that? Cheryl wants to know, is there a book version of the Human Centipede? I don't even know why you'd want a book version of the Human Centipede, but I'd like to just, if
I
you
just
don't...
think it would be even funnier than a script.
No, it wouldn't. It's disgusting. And anybody that wants to read a book like that should be put into a mental institution. Right, we've got about 3 minutes to go, so we'll go back to the Doctor Who news that we've been talking about, right? So last night, obviously, Rap Party happened, or did it, because we reported a Rap Party a few weeks back, if you remember. So nobody knows. So, and it looked more like a wake. If you've seen the photographs, I've actually put the video up. They all look depressed, and also then the rumors. If you want to address the rumors about the film as well, real quickly, be nice to hear your thoughts on that as well.
Honestly, I have zero thoughts. I don't. I listen until I see it. I believe nothing. I personally don't see the purpose. I don't see it. I don't. To me, it's just noise. It's just noise. Until I see and hear anything concrete, it's nothing but noise. So I do not see the purpose of a television movie. I do not see the relevance of a television movie. To me, it is the BBC. It ties back to the BBC playing Damage Control. Okay?
Yeah.
It was the security lockdown in Cardiff. And give me a moment.
That's no problem. I'll even stop his time because it's only fair.
Teddy, come here.
But hi, Desert 004. I just see that you've been in the chat a while. I didn't get a chance to say hello, so welcome. And Peter Davison is also here. Welcome. Now, as I said, I'm going to end this stream a little bit earlier than I normally do, but to make up for it, I might even go out a half an hour early than I normally do. So instead of 10, maybe 9:30, just to make up for it. You know what I mean? Now Ted's coming over to me. He probably wants to be part of this. Do you want to be a little superstar for a few minutes? No, he doesn't. Right.
Yes, sorry about that. Sorry.
You're grand. I stopped your time anyway, but folks, just before I let him continue on what he has to say, could you please do us a favor? Give the video a like, the stream obviously a like, hit that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't. If you're new, I see there is a few new people in the live chat. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you like what you've heard tonight, please subscribe. We'll have more of these calls. We do live calls every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. You think I'd know how long oh Jesus, I've lost the plot. Right. Back to Paul. I'm talking to Paul.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm talking to Paul.
So where was I? Yeah, so television movie, I think, is just more damage control on the part of the BBC as relating to the security lockdown in Cardiff. So there's throwing everything out. So even the idea of a TV movie goes back to what? Classic Who. So the BBC is in a case where, as I said, they don't want fans of Classic Who because they want everything new. Because like any other television network, they want new fans going forward. However, now they do want the classic fans because what they have now is total shite. So until I hear anything definitive, until your sources or actual true sources confirm that there will be a TV movie, I ignore it. And in fact, honestly, I'm not even going to even put any more mental energy toward the idea of a television movie because it's pointless and useless.
Yeah, I agree with you. But for people that do want to read the article, I will throw it up because that's what I do anyway, but I'll just throw it up anyway. But I do agree with Paul and Gary and everybody else, really. I mean, it's just smoke, to be honest with you. It's just anything now at this stage, Doctor Who news related is the BBC think is causing a bit of a hype and a buzz, and it actually isn't. And I mean, it's still kind of, sad. There's still nothing. There was no hype even. Even if you look at the posts on Twitter and Facebook, they're saying even when the announcer was wrapped, there wasn't much of a reaction from fans. They've lost all interest.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, as I said, I have lost all passion or energy or curiosity. For me right now, it's all about that day when we get the official notification that the mean lady is gone. So until that day, I refuse to watch. I will listen to your reviews and I will watch your reviews. I may or may not watch the first just so that I can actually have some sort of valid opinion. But you know what? I honestly have zero problem holding my opinions because I feel unless you are familiar with the source material, unless you watch the episodes, your criticisms, in my opinion, are invalid because how can you criticize something that you haven't actually seen? So on that point, only for myself, I will curtail my criticism because I refuse to watch. What I will do is I will watch your after episode reviews. And I will definitely watch the last one because I know that's going to be a regeneration episode.
Yeah. That'll be the one where I'm probably hanging out at the ceiling there with a bottle of champagne in my hand, singing, yeah, ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked old witch, ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Isn't that right, Ted? Isn't it? Say hello to Paul. Say hello to Paul.
He likes Paul's voice.
He does like Paul's voice. See, Paul, every time you come on, believe it or not, I'm not messing. Cheryl had him in the room. Yeah, the last live stream, right? And he was very uneasy. And then I had you on. And seriously, as soon as you had you on, there's something about your voice that's very calm and calm him down. Look at how calm he is. Look.
Hey, calm. Teddy.
Say hello to
Teddy.
Teddy, say hello.
Teddy, Ted. Be a good boy, Ted.
You're okay.
Watch it. Teddy, do you like Jodie Whittaker? Do you like Peter Capaldi?
Teddy does not like the mean lady.
No, he doesn't. And if you like dogs, please hit that like button. Isn't that right? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. What's it called again?
Oh my gosh, Teddy's Terrier Tales.
Teddy's Terrier Tales. Right, you think I'd know the channel for my own dog, but Cheryl set the channel up, so I should know those things, shouldn't I? So subscribe to my channel and please do me a favor. Subscribe and hit the like and notification button for Daddy's channel too, because YouTube is being shady on these things. Yes, they are. Isn't that right? isn't it? He's looking at me and saying, "What is that guy on?
He's like,
He's on drugs."
nonsense.
Right,
Yeah,
Paul.
so
We'll just finish up briefly. Is there any more points you'd like to make before we wrap it up? I don't want to just go just in case you had anything else to say.
no, absolutely not. I am absolutely tired. I actually really did not have a whole lot to talk about. I just want to say, Gary, great call as always. You knocked it out of the park. Me myself, it was just a little one-hit wonder. That's all.
Ah, I'm only messing. Listen, you come on tomorrow night, won't you?
Sure.
Right, and if you've any more recommendations, are you still in Holland tomorrow? Yeah.
Yes, for 7
Oh,
weeks.
we'll definitely call you. We'll definitely call you. Just make sure now you have a couple of brownies before you come on and a cup of coffee, right? So we can make this a proper call.
Absolutely not.
I know, because that would not end well.
Those things are so funny because, okay, and this just the God's honest truth.
Right, go
I have
on.
not had any brownies, but I've seen people eat them. You eat a weed brownie, nothing happens. 10 minutes later, nothing happens. 20 minutes later, nothing happens. So now it's like half an hour later, you're pissed off. You don't know what's going on. You're wasting your money. Boom!
Yeah.
That thing hits you like a freaking
I know. Everybody does say that every time. Oh, I had them freaking brownies. I thought you were should, and then I was just sitting there. It does. It creeps up on you. Do you know what? If that shit was legal all around the world, we'd all be getting on with each other. There'd be no wars and we'd be all at peace. Everybody would settle things diplomatically, because all you just have to do to all the politicians is just throw them all a joint or pass the pipe around here, smoke that before we make any decisions, right? And then everybody's sitting down.
Left in the country.
Oh, there'd be no pizza left either. Oh, Jesus Christ, there'd be munch buzz everywhere. Actually, we'd run out of film. Maybe. I figured it out now.
No.
That's why they won't legalise it. Because the governments of the world have realised that if they legalise cannabis, everybody gets stoned out of their head. And what happens when you get stoned? You get the munchies, right? So you have to go and get food. So you'll eat more food. So that's why they won't legalise. Figured it out. There you go. And with that, Paul, I'll say good night to you. And I shall talk to you soon, my friend. Have a good one.
You as well. Take care. Good night, Cheryl. Good night. Take care.
And good night, Teddy. Say good night.
Good night, Teddy.
Say, he's eating a squirrel, Paul. He doesn't really care now. He's eating a squirrel. Yeah, he has a squirrel that he eats. He's a bit of a weirdo.
He's eating its face off.
Right. See you later, dude.
Take care.
Dude. Where did I get that from? I'm not American. Yo, dude, bro. See you later, man. Now that was Paul, folks. That was Paul. Right. Let me see. Right. So I will have 2 videos hopefully up for you tonight. If not, I'll definitely get one up. It'll either be on the Fury of the Deep, or it'll be that story relating to the Doctor Who movie. So you can actually have a look at the article yourselves. Also, one of the videos, and I'm going to tell you this now. One of the videos is going to feature music from a very good friend, Ballstreck. Right? Now, Ballstreck writes his own music, believe it or not. And I've gotten permission of Ballstreck to use a song, and I've actually picked the song that's my favorite song, believe it or not. So I'm going to use his music for one of the videos. Now, if you're not into what would you call this, heavy metal or something? I think you'd call it heavy metal. I haven't really listened to heavy metal in years, and I listened to his music, and it's on. You know what? Brilliant. So I'm going to use his music for one of the videos. he's allowed me to do it. So I'm glad. Thank you for that. Again, as I say, Gary apparently on Neurotics gave me a shout out while I was doing my live stream. I really appreciate that as well, mate. You know, the support, as I said, and I'll say it from the beginning, the support that this channel has had off the big main YouTubers, because I think the reason why Gary gave me a shout out is because he's seen people take a pop at me as well, saying that I was basically, because the others were saying that I was desperate because I was sharing me posts with them. But little does that person know that I actually talk to these YouTubers. So it was nice of Gary to do that, to show a bit of solidarity with this channel and everybody else, and Ballstreck as well got a shout out apparently as well. So thank you for that. We really appreciate that, Gary. I'm actually going to listen to Gary's stream as well. That's what I do. Yeah, what else? There was something else I was gonna. Oh yeah, and as I said, I'll be on Ballstreck's channel. Hoping to be doing it next weekend, but as I said, anything can happen during the week, so that I might. It's not. I'll let you know there'll be promos on my channel, and I'm pretty sure he'll say it on his channel as well. And I hope to get him on the channel and other guests. So we'll be getting other people on to have chats with, talk about movies, like the likes of Paul and Gary as well. I've already spoke to them before about it, but to get them on to do, because they like their movies, so I'd like to bring them on to talk movies with those guys. Might get the two of them on together, actually be a bit fun. Might be able to get the two of them to reconcile. I'd love to do one with Wingy. I did mention I was going to do one with Wingy, but we won't go there with that one. But yeah, I'd love to do one with Wingy. But I'll wait until I will wait, because Wingy is a bit annoyed at the moment with the fandom as well, isn't he? The way they're going on, and I don't blame him. The fandom's completely lost its shit. Oh, actually, and I want to actually give a shout out to Matrix Lord 212, who I heard is going through his own little problems now with trolls. This is absolutely ridiculous. Ballstreck, me, there's other YouTubers out there, and now Matrix Lord, right? And there's one running team. Right? We're all YouTubers of a certain age, and the YouTubers that are attacking these YouTubers are of a certain age. Now, I don't know what's happened, and I don't know why certain YouTubers out there feel it necessary to challenge other YouTubers. And I'm not talking, I'm talking broadly here. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I'm just saying, I just want to address this. The fandom has completely lost its absolute shit now, right? And it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. We were all brought together because we love different TV shows. For us, it's Doctor Who. For many other fans, we like other stuff as well, but primarily on this channel is Doctor Who. But the Doctor Who fandom right now is tearing itself apart. And, you know I had my own issues with Matrix Lord, but we have settled their issues. And I was shocked to hear that he's now going through his own troubles. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And it needs to stop, So I again, that's why I shouted him out. I want to let him know that you have this channel support, man. You shouldn't have to go through that. I'm sick of this crap. It needs to stop. Right? Nothing is gained from it, right? Except that you look like a bunch of assholes. Right? Now, I've said enough. The wife has given me mad eyes there now. So, which means I'm probably in trouble when I leave. So, yeah. No, maybe. Oh, you want me to say goodnight? Okay. Well, you know what they say, behind every great streamer, there's a screamer. Oh, bloody messing. Right. Right, I'm gonna go. I will talk to you all tomorrow. I will jump on a half an hour early, right? So I'll put the live chat up at 9 o'clock, right? So nobody needs to text me to ask me when the live stream goes up, when the live chat goes up. When the live chat goes up, it goes up. And that's it. I don't need people texting me, asking me 3 or 4 times. It gets a bit annoying after a while, to be quite honest with you. So, and that's it, really. Bye now. I'll enjoy the rest of your night. I will. And you too, guys. Listen, you too. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye. God bless and all that stuff.